Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be doing my living in New York update. As you guys know, back in February I moved to New York from Los Angeles, and I wanted to give you guys an update, kind of where I'm at. It's been almost 6 months, we're getting there, but I wanted to give you guys my opinions on it, kind of the struggles that I've had and the great things that I've had. And just for those of you that are looking for more information on moving to New York, especially during a colder / winter time and staying long term. So please be sure to subscribe down below and follow me on Instagram, check out my socials, and let's jump into the video. So the first question is, how was finding an apartment / roommate? So finding the roommate was not too difficult. I was able to find a Facebook group, and I got a few responses, kind of vetted everyone out, and then found a roommate. In terms of the apartment, we actually had a little bit of a predicament because my roommate was a lot younger than me. So for what she was looking for, she couldn't actually afford in NYC rent statements. So normally they're looking for 4 times the rent, which is a significant amount of money. I mean, they are making sure that there is no way you cannot pay this rent. So because of that, we had to kind of settle in a place that would accept that we had savings because she didn't make the requirements. So our combined income was cut short. Otherwise, we would have had to put up a ridiculous amount of money up front. We're talking like 4 months in advance, 6 months in advance. And to me, I didn't feel comfortable putting down $20,000 in an apartment with someone that I didn't know. So it was a little sticky, but in terms of finding an apartment, there's definitely a lot if you just give yourself some wiggle room. If you're looking for anything under $1,000, there's definitely specific areas that you can look for. I wouldn't suggest the city just because you're probably gonna live in a closet. So a few things I learned was that the city is just, it's very hustle bustle and expensive, and I think moving forward, I would want to live outside of it. My roommate was very particular about living in the city, but I think now, after being here for a while, I would want to live maybe in Brooklyn or just maybe more outside of the hub of where everything is. Number 2, how much is my rent? Right now I'm paying around $19 to split. So as you guys can imagine, very expensive. The one few things that are good about my apartment building is we have a laundry room on the 1st floor, we have trash chutes, we have all electricity, water, and gas paid for, and we have an 24/7 maintenance duty. So ideally, I'm not spending a ton. I mean, if you take out the electricity and all that, my rent would probably be around $17, but I'd still make up for it with everything else. So far, not too bad, but like I said, I learned my lesson for next time, and I'll definitely know to find something a little bit less expensive because it is taking a chunk of my paycheck and I don't love it. Number 3, how was making friends and dating? And I could make a whole separate video on this because honestly, this is one of the most difficult topics for me to kind of express to someone who's never been in this situation. If you've never moved somewhere and left, you know, all of your friends and all of your family, and you knew literally no one, that is where I was. I didn't know anyone other than my roommate and a guy that I dated in college. So you can imagine that I was literally just jumping into this cold, and being my age, so I'm 26 years old, a lot of people have established friend groups. They have, you know, friends from college, they've lived here their whole life, and it's very similar to LA. It's just hard to infiltrate because everyone is friends, and it's tough to meet people and kind of build lasting relationships with them. So in terms of friends, I'm working on it. I highly recommend Bumble BFF. I know it sounds crazy, but I've definitely met a few girls on there who are really sweet, really nice, and have invited me out a few times. The next thing I'd say is your coworkers, if you do feel comfortable doing this. I personally don't, so I haven't really hung out with my coworkers outside of work, but some jobs, it's a lot more friendly, the environment is a lot more relaxed, and this is okay, but just my personal preference, I haven't. And then in terms of dating, obviously dating apps, being in New York, it's just way too hard to meet people. There's so many bars, so many restaurants, so many friend groups, and it's so easy to use a dating app to do so. I love Hinge, I love Bumble, and I found that both have got me quite a few dates and meeting a lot of new people and like just doing a lot of different things. So really fun, highly recommend. I know not everyone's an app person, I'm definitely not, but I feel like when you're in desperate times, it's worth it and you're gonna suck it up. The next question is how was starting my new job? And if you guys know from previous videos, I ended up getting a new job and moving out here. And my new job is okay. I think it's a lot more than I kind of could chew. So because of that, the ramp period has been a little rocky for me. Hence me starting to post on here more and trying to acclimate myself with you guys more, because I am nervous that it's not going to be something I want to do long term. So I want to make sure I have a backup plan and just dabble in other things. Number 5, how is taking the subway? Taking the subway is actually really easy because of Google Maps. So using Google Maps or asking a friend or understanding the dynamic of uptown versus downtown is really easy. I think the most confusing thing for me was seeing uptown slash the Bronx or whatnot. You know, I didn't have an idea of where these certain areas were. So I would just look at it as uptown versus downtown and then go from there. Thankfully, Google Maps is amazing, so you can obviously use that, and I highly would. I still use it because honestly, I just don't know. But the subway system has gotten so much easier for me, and I will say it's disgusting, it's dirty. I prefer to walk if I can. Now that it's summer, I walk literally everywhere, so you'll be fine. The subway is not the enemy. Number 6, are people really that mean? Personally, I have not had any experiences with anyone being mean. I've seen people get mean, but not towards me. So I would say I think it's a stigma. And I honestly just think if you're acting dumb, then yeah, you might get some feedback that you're acting dumb. But that's a given. I mean, I don't know. I think that's just kind of setting yourself into a trap. Number 7, do people really walk that fast? I've actually had people ask me this, and I was like, yes, these people are crazy. They're like fast walking birds. I mean, you blink and they're halfway across the street. I don't know how, but these people have somewhere to be. And the ones that don't are just in the way. I'm not even kidding. I've seen people get shoved, shoulder checked, told to move. It's so funny. I'm already a fast walker, but apparently I'm too slow. So I'm trying to step up my walking game. We'll see. So far, it's been fine. But yes, people really do walk freaking fast. Number 8, what is my favorite thing about New York City? My favorite thing is the ability to walk, and that everything is so close by in terms of nightlife, social life, everything like that. Like, you guys, you can literally come home, quick shower and change, and just walk to the bar, walk to dinner. It's so convenient. Or you can take the subway. You don't have to worry about like, oh, where am I parking? Where, you know, is this gonna be far? Is it gonna take forever? Like, I don't care going further distances because it's so easy. And the fact that there's so much selection, I don't have to go to like one certain area to find this type of food or to go to this type of bar. Like, it's all convenient. So it's so nice. The only downside about that is that things like groceries and stuff like that are a lot more difficult because it's not as easy to get in your car and go there. So because of that, I have to normally buy things online. I do a lot of grocery deliveries because, as you guys know, Amazon Prime. So I'm a Prime member and I get free delivery over $35. So you know your girl goes in. It is dangerous though, because if you don't have to carry it, you're like, well, I should just buy it. So risky, but there's a lot of good alternatives, and I do end up going grocery shopping for little things throughout the week. But I would say things like that, errands, carrying anything that's heavy is just very difficult to do because I don't have a car and it's just very crowded. And that kind of ties into my next question, which was what was my least favorite thing. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video, got to know a little bit more about my life in New York and kind of what's going great and what I'm working on. So I hope you guys have an amazing rest of your week, and of course be sure to subscribe down below, and I will talk to you all very soon. Bye.